Amidst the verdant tapestry of nature's canvas, there existed a serene glade, where a solitary flower unfurled its petals in a quiet splendor. This flower, hidden away from the bustling world, was unlike any other. Its delicate hues danced in harmony with the sunlight that filtered through the ancient trees, and its fragrance carried a whisper of the earth's secrets. This was no ordinary bloom. It was a living embodiment of authenticity. In a nearby village, nestled beneath the watchful gaze of towering mountains, lived a woman named Leela. She was known for her captivating smile and her enchanting stories that drew listeners like bees to nectar. Yet beneath her cheerful demeanor lay a yearning for approval, a desire to be seen, acknowledged, and validated by those around her. One day, a grand festival was announced in the village, a celebration that would gather villagers and travelers alike. The air buzzed with anticipation as merchants displayed their wares, musicians tuned their instruments, and artisans readied their crafts. Leela too felt the excitement. Her heart longed to shine before an audience. In her garden, Leela tended to her flowers with loving care, each one a reflection of her inner world. As she gazed at the radiant petals, an idea bloomed within her, a desire to present her flowers at the festival, to showcase their beauty and perhaps find the validation she secretly craved. The night before the festival, Leela carefully selected the most resplendent flowers from her garden. With delicate hands, she arranged them in an exquisite bouquet, each bloom vying for attention. As dawn's light painted the sky, she set off to the village square, her heart aflutter with anticipation. Upon her arrival, Leela's bouquet drew immediate attention. Eyes widened, praises followed, and whispers of admiration filled the air. She felt a surge of elation, her heart swelling with the validation she had long sought. As the day unfolded, she reveled in the attention her flowers garnered, her soul basking in the spotlight. Amidst the festival, an old woman sat beneath the shade of a gnarled tree, her eyes fixed on the commotion. She observed Leela's radiant smile, the admiration she had received, and the way the villagers flocked to her side. With a knowing glint in her eyes, the old woman beckoned Leela to her side. "Young one," the old woman began, her voice carrying the weight of age and experience, "have you ever considered why a flower blooms?" Leela was taken aback by the question. Her thoughts momentarily pulled from the revelry. She shook her head, her gaze now fixed on the old woman. "A flower does not bloom for others," the old woman continued, her voice like a gentle breeze rustling the leaves. "It blooms because it is in its nature to do so. Its beauty is an expression of its authenticity, a reflection of its essence. It doesn't seek approval or admiration, it simply just is." The old woman's words wove a thread of contemplation within Leela's heart. As the day continued, the villagers' praise started to sound hollow, and the weight of the old woman's wisdom settled upon her shoulders. She looked at her bouquet, the vibrant petals now tinged with a hint of melancholy. As the festival drew to a close and the sun dipped behind the horizon, Leela turned to her garden, the old woman's words echoing in her mind. She looked at the solitary flower that had captivated her heart, the one that bloomed in seclusion, without an audience. Its beauty was untouched by external validation, a testament to the authenticity that resided within it. Leela realized that her own happiness shouldn't be dependent on the approval of others. Just like the flower that blooms for the sake of blooming, she needed to live authentically, expressing her true self without seeking external validation. Her smile, her stories, and her existence were valuable not because of others' approval, but because they were expressions of who she truly was. From that moment forward, Leela embraced the wisdom she had received. She continued to share her stories, but now she did so for the joy they brought her and the connections they formed with others. She nurtured her flowers, not for the admiration they garnered, but for the delight they sparked within her heart. And as she walked through life, she radiated a quiet confidence. an authenticity that drew people to her not for the spotlight she sought, but for the genuine light she naturally emitted. In a world filled with external expectations and a desire for validation, Leela's journey became a reminder that our authenticity is our greatest gift. Just like the flower that blooms for itself, our beauty shines brightest when it is an expression of our true selves. It's a lesson that invites us to embrace our uniqueness, to cultivate our passions, and to live authentically, regardless of the applause or silence that surrounds us.